Today we are starting some sort of a mini-series on this channel where I try to become the world's best manager, winning the Champions League at the end of the pathway. But I'm starting off with only one offer from Galway United out of the Irish League, the poorest league in FC25 and one of the worst teams in there, one-star team. The finances are kind of terrible, only 424k in transfer budget, one-star club, only one trophy ever won in their entire history, a big task ahead of us, and it's the only job that is available to us at the start. And so Rebuild Sombrero is taking the reins at Galway United, his first step in his career. Our best player is goalkeeper Clark, 64 rated, as well as centre-back Cunningham. Both of them old already, 38 and 32. 62 rated centre-back, two 62 rated centre-backs who are 25, not too bad at this level. CDM 61 rated, 33 as well. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We can do whatever we want in the transfer market, and I want to bring in younger blood. The formation we are operating in doesn't really please me either. That 5 at the back is a little bit stinky, no width. I like to have width in my game, especially wanting to go with the counter-attacking style of play, as I'm going to show to you here. That's what I've selected as our tactical preset. So I want to have pacey runners, and I'm going to go in for those kinds, either on the transfer market or bringing in new blood from the academy. We've got one talented or quite talented player in Thomas Devlin in our default youth academy. I'm going to leave him here, but we'll promote him when time is right. He's got 65 to 89 potential. Right now I can only hire a 2-star, 3-star scout from Wales. So that is not going to be really helpful, I presume. We might need to sell a few players first. What I've also noticed is that we are starting off in January in the Irish League, so we are half a year early, which can give us a little bit of a boost. We have sold 3 players, that's a start. Conor McCormack, Regan Donlan and Cole Morgan go out for round about 800 to 900k. Finally leaving us with a little bit of money, 2 million, to at least hire a scout and maybe go in for one or the other player. I'm gonna go in for a 3-star, should be good enough to at least hire us, give us some kind of a player. That 1-star scout is useless. I'm gonna leave him in because otherwise there will be the glitch again. But the scout will be sent to Northern Europe, to Ireland, to find us some players for, let's say, 3 months. And let's start off with a goalkeeper. I'm also gonna hire one 5-star coach in midfield. Maybe a coach in defense, 4 stars, just to grow those players as much as possible. 4-star coach in defense, in goal, and we've only got a 2-star in attack. That's not enough. What's absolutely needed is a CDM. I'd also bring in probably a new striker, because a 54 rated striker isn't really going to bring us anywhere. And so, a bit controversially maybe, but our first act of business is going to strengthen our defense. Tyler Meiser, centre-back from Borussia Dortmund, coming in on loan as a 60 overall player for 1 season. We couldn't do any more business, unfortunately, at the end of this first window. We'd have to do the rest in the summer transfer window. Honestly, those 2 talents, I'm gonna promote them right away. Even though they're only 56, 53 rated, but they've got quite good potentials. We have again found a talented player, Jason Dowgan, 68 to 92 potential, 17 years old, 58 overall. I'm gonna promote him right away to the... So at the halfway point of season 1, we are sitting in 9th place, 19 points, second bottom. Bottom is Dundalk, only 10 points, but we are not out of any... or maybe 5th place, maybe even 3rd place. We could still attack if we are going to have a strong finish to the season, but 9 losses are just too many so far. In July we have sold both Robert Stelvin, actually 3 players, Brian Cunningham, Robert Stelvin and Patrick Hickey, for around 1.3 million, bringing us to about 1 million in our budget right now. I've just gotten hold of a striker in that period here, in the transfer window, who's only 16, he's Irish, and he's 63 rated. Talking about Mason Melia joining us from St. Pat's for 800k. Melia up top, we are looking much more dangerous up top. A 63 rated 16-year-old striker. Two of the youth academy players in Devlin and Dogan, as well as Rooney in goal. We have already put our footprint onto that team. I'm going to promote two of the youth academy players we just got in, Callaghan and Foley. One is 1760 overall, the other one 1759 overall, with decent potential. I'm trying to turn Callaghan into a cam. Duggan is our right midfielder, Foley left midfielder, and we've got Devlin on the bench. One more added to the collection is Philip Fitzsimmons, a 16-year-old 58 rated CDM, probably goes into the starting 11. Again, at the end of the season, we've sold a whole list of players. Daniel Stein, Jimmy Kean, Sean Carrigan, Clark the goalkeeper, and Stephen Walsh all go out for next season to start from scratch. Even Eamon Progan could get promoted to the first team. He's 1757 overall, 62 to 86 potential. After a season, we have a lot of academy players. 3 in midfield, 4, 5. We've got Melia up top, who has grown to a 64 overall. Rooney in goal, not to forget him, of course. A lot of players. Foley has grown to a 61 as well. Season-wise, at the end of the first season, we are in 8th place. We have jumped one position from 9th to 8th, but that was only the build-up, building a team in the first season itself. Mason Melia has scored 10 goals, Foley with 7. He's only coming in January. That is really not bad. Callaghan, who is converting to a cam, has 5 goals and 2 assists. The first season is done, and we can certainly not think of any other jobs better than this one if we finish in 8th place in the Irish League. So let's hope to a better second season. Somehow for the second season, the board have added Atiyat Allah to the left back spot, a free agent if I'm not mistaken. And as you can see here, I haven't done anything so far into the second season. That was a decision solely made by the board. Even for season 2, we have brought in Tyler Meiser from BVB, this time for a couple of seasons, just to help us out that little bit more. However, one big signing is going to be made permanent. A new right back, 17 years of age, from the Belgian Pro League. Coming into the Irish League, it is Sam Renders, who was convinced of our project. 1.7 million. That is maybe a record sum paid in Irish football. We sold the likes of Cillian Toilet, Ed McCarthy, and Greg Cunningham for a combined total of around 1 million. With Renders into that side, Meiser back into it, both 17 years of age. This team is looking much better. Atiyad Allah, of course, a blessing in disguise by the board. He's 10 higher overall than Burns at left back. That is certainly going to help us. Fitzsimmons and Brogan still at CDM. Callaghan at cam, and a great Melia up top. We really do need a better campaign than the first one in our second managerial season with Galway United. A top 5, top 4 finish would be nice progression. Maybe then some other clubs will be interested in our signature as well. Against champions Shamrock Rovers, this was time to find out how good we actually were. Here is Renders, our new signing. Renders already going inside. Looking for Dugan. This is Dugan. It is Atiyat Allah, accorded to us by the board. But here he goes, through that left side. Looking for Melia, who puts us in front against Shamrock Rovers, against the best team in the division. Shortly after, Shamrock Rovers hit the post and then scored from the rebound to make it 1-1 in what it was an absolute... I don't even know how to describe that slapstick show. We did play some slick football, just like here, finding Dugan, and at the end of it is the 2-1. We were down to 10 men at this point, but still managed to get in front. And shortly after this happened, Melia found in acres of space, putting it in for 3-1 against the reigning champions at home. At the end of the game, we do win 3-1 at home, defeating the reigning champions and showing what we are made of. Believe it or not, at the halfway stage of the season, we are in second place, just 1 point of first place Sligo Rovers, who have got a game in hand though. But the table is very competitive, down to 8th place. Everyone could still intervene in the title race. At the end of the season, it comes down to the T, but we lose out on the league title by a single point to St. Pat's. 60 points to 61 points. In second place, nonetheless, great improvement. Really, that guy, he might be interesting further down the line in future clubs. He's 69 rated at the age of 18, 20 goals for him. Callaghan with 12 and 9, as well as Foley with 11 and 6. We have built quite a team here in Ireland. The question now is it time to leave? Or will we stay for another season to try and win the Irish League? That might be decided very, very quickly, as we have received offers from the Championship. And there are a few good clubs in there, I can tell you that for free. The likes of Sunderland, we have Birmingham City, we have Ipswich Town, Brentford and Southampton, Luton Town. We've even got Sheffield United, which is a great club. It wouldn't be very appropriate to go to first or second place in the Championship, Brentford or Southampton. Even Ipswich Town wouldn't be very clever, but 23rd in the Championship, Middlesbrough, they have underperformed drastically so far. Only 2 wins, 7 draws and 7 losses in 11 games this season. And that is the job we are applying for. Middlesbrough it is. Let's see what the response is going to be. Unfortunately, Middlesbrough are not interested in giving us the job. That is a blow. But there are new options. Midtjylland, Copenhagen and Brøndby. Arsenal women, I'm not going to go there. But what would be the best there? I think Midtjylland, as they are in 5th place right now. Let's, again, apply for the job. And again, we have been rejected, which is a shame. There will be future managerial openings, I'm sure, but for now we are staying put at Galway United after a successful second season over here. At the start of the 3rd season, I'm going to go in for a centre-back from the free agency list, an Englishman to strengthen that back line. We have lost one centre-back who didn't renew his contract, so we've signed Hakem Orofin to Galway United on a free. I've then also found a ridiculously good CDM for our level, only 18 years old. I want to strengthen this team ahead of my departure. That's why we're going in for Jakob Graf, 18 years old, 72 overall. This team this season should most definitely win the league. Mainly up top, we've got Callaghan 66 rated, Fitzsimmons the captain, along with Graf in midfield. A very, very young side we've built at, of course, Galway United. But a very good one at that. At the halfway point, we are sitting 4 points clear of second place Derry City. 36 points after 18 games. Not too bad. Once again, we have attracted interest from 2 very big clubs, Rangers and Celtic, from the Scottish League. That would be an upgrade to, of course, the Irish League. So I think, I'm not so sure. Celtic have got 34 million. Rangers are like the underdogs. I like underdog stories. Nothing against Celtic, by the way, but I'm gonna go for Rangers. At least apply for the job. But of course, we have once again been rejected. As you might be able to see on the menus, we are playing playoffs to the Conference League, facing Shakhtar Donetsk in a 2-legged affair. First at home, then away from home. A very big occasion to get into Europe. We did score this opener to start off the tie against Shakhtar Donetsk at home. That is exactly how the game ended as well. In a 1-0 home upset win over Shakhtar Donetsk, I may add. There are job openings in EFL League 1, but for now, I'm not gonna take one of those. We do have Mason Melia for a reason, and this is the reason. UEFA Conference League playoff. Look at him go, turning his defender and finishing off in the top corner. Kawhi Elias, though, chipped the keeper just before halftime to give Donetsk the lead again. 2-1 after 42 minutes. A super unlucky goal found its way in the back of the net. I will show you another replay of this one. But it is 3-1, 3-2 to Shakhtar in the build-up. Just look at this. Boom, boom. Twice the Shakhtar player gets the luck and then strikes it into the top corner. Just to put insult to injury, Shakhtar score a fourth goal in the 82nd minute. Too much space for the striker in the middle. And it is 4-1. We are just not quite on the level yet. As that is where we bow out of the Conference League this season. 1-0 win at home, but 4-1 loss away from home. Something fantastic has happened. We have gotten an opportunity, a job opportunity in Portugal at Vitória Guimarães, Vitória SC. An offer that if we accept it, would be a big upgrade on the Irish League. I'm tempted to accept it, but then again, shall we leave the legacy behind? The first or second places from a club where we started from scratch. A club that didn't have any finances and now is a stable club in Ireland. I don't know. We will find out in the next episode. So, guys, this is going to be like a mini-series. 3 or 4 episodes, maybe 5. We'll see how it progresses, but in the next episode, we'll surely find out how we proceed.